Alright, so today I've continued to learn that I am terrible with OBS. I thought I was recording my live reaction to this. Turns out I wasn't. I don't know if I hit the key, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if being in a full screen video it didn't register, or if I was at the wrong stage of the toggle. Because I just have start and stop recording just to sort of toggle on the same key. Maybe I shouldn't do that because I fucked it up several times, but I don't know, I kind of like it better that way too, but apparently, I don't know. But anyway, finally got some information about this game. I was half wondering because I remember I think I saw this when GTA 5 was coming out, but it kind of got me thinking when this game, with just everything we know about it so far, if someone back then said, what if, a big series like a GTA, a Zelda, a Mario, a Smash Brothers, just, said that there's a game coming out, said when it was coming out maybe, and just left it at that. Even when you pick up the game, blank box art, blank title screen, you don't know anything until you hit start. I was kind of wondering, I don't think that's going to happen the way things are nowadays. You just sort of drive up hype, although I think they can get away with it decently well. But I was kind of wondering if this was sort of the closest we were getting to it, given how vague and non-generous they were being about any substantial information. They changed that today, so bittersweet, I guess. Although considering they upped the price to $70, I feel like maybe this wasn't the best game to do that with, just because I at least want to see some of that justification you have for that, even though I still don't agree with it. But yeah, some really cool stuff. I remember in the last trailer we had during that direct, I mentioned, it looked like maybe they were teasing a crafting sort of mechanic. And yeah, they pretty much were. It wasn't the way I pictured it. I was picturing like Minecraft, gather materials, build whatever. Maybe you need some sort of crafting table or whatever for certain, I don't know, more complicated creations. But no, they're sort of, I don't even know what it's called now. I think in Breath of the Wild it was like the Sheikah Slate. It was like a tome or something, whatever they called, like stasis, magnesis, and all of that. This time it's all Link's arm, it looks like. Although there's obviously the speculation that maybe Zelda is using the Sheikah Slate. Still don't know if that's true or not. I was wondering when the thing ended and I saw there was a little more time, if they were going to maybe tease a playable Zelda. I know a lot of people want to see that happen. I wouldn't mind. Not sure if it's going to happen or not. But either way, it doesn't really matter. It looks like it's going to be fantastic either way. Although, if they weren't as ambitious with it, I feel like that could have helped. But yeah, we see right now this fuse system. Reminds me of Kirby 64 when you could inhale two abilities, sort of merge them together, and kind of same mechanic. Definitely looking forward to all the different combinations that people are going to be coming up with. And I think that's kind of a more unique way to sort of do a crafting-esque mechanic. Also, it kind of has me thinking, like I remember seeing stuff when the original Breath of the Wild came out. Like I remember the one thing in particular, I think that's not the first time I've messed up my particularly, but I remember seeing someone was using stasis and some material to just launch themselves across the map, and it sort of feels like they saw stuff like that and took it to the next level, which is really exciting to see. Almost that sort of feedback and just how it evolved the game itself. There's another big new thing that sort of was also connected to the crafting. Actually, this is cool too. Before I get there, with the arrows, I was not expecting this. I'll let it play out. At first, I was thinking it was going to be a scope, but then it's homing, which is interesting. And we also saw elemental arrows through this new fusing mechanic too, which I kind of like. kind of, I don't know, maybe simplifying it a little bit in a way. But yeah, this other mechanic, I don't know if using's just 2 items or what. This other mechanic, though, lets you sort of put together different materials, but it's multiple materials. It looks like you can separate them. I don't know if you can separate fuse stuff. And that's sort of where the vehicle we saw in the trailer, and where we're going to see some of the vehicles here too. And that's sort of, just another level of all that. That looks like it's going to just really spawn a lot of creativity and just really unique and different experience. Like I said before, I was looking forward to the game. More Breath of the Wild isn't a bad thing. But, I finally had that wow moment. Like, I kind of see how this is going to be just really different. I can't tell. I think it's on the shield if he fused 3 things there. I remember sort of wondering that when I first saw it too. But like now, it just feels like it's going to be another really special experience, different. Just so much to do again, and I'm just happy. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was a little concerned. I wouldn't say I was super concerned, but yeah, they definitely didn't lose their ambition here. No hook shot though. I was surprised. It looks like they sort of replaced it with one of the other tomes we see later, or the hand abilities or whatever they are now. But it looks like that's sort of what it is, and it sort of brings up an interesting thing of just phasing through ceilings. We've already seen that in trailers. Now we sort of see more of officially of what's going on, and you can do it in caves. You sort of made a comment too, being like, "Oh, I hope I make it." So I kind of wonder, you get stuck in purgatory or whatever if you don't make it. So, and I sort of like actually, having to plan out and make sure you make it and that sort of thing. But yeah, the floating island things seem interesting. These fans do too. I was a little disappointed because I was wondering what would. I mean, I knew what would happen, but I just kind of wanted to see it. If he's going to attach both those fans, one fan like halfway done, another fully done, and just to watch you go across and just eventually, when the one runs out, just sort of. Oh, I guess it refills, so maybe you could still do it, but it looked like one general battery. And just see it just start to fly off in one direction because you didn't plan your battery out well enough for even just for fun and strategy there. So hopefully that's still possible. But yeah, you can see what I was talking about now there. But yeah, the floating islands, I'm interesting. I was wondering if they were going to limit your time there or something when they first showed them using that rewind ability now too. And actually, these new construct enemies, that one wasn't hostile. I think I noticed a couple others that weren't hostile, so I wonder, are you just not detected, or what else is going on there? But back to what I've been trying to say about the floating islands. I'm curious as just some of the different themes we might see. Like this one sort of looks electric themed, yet sort of different from the Gerudo Valley we got. And I don't know, that's just speculation, just sort of based on the color theming, and it looked like it was the zap mushrooms there. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it looks like maybe you can only reach so many of them. So you might have to find some of those other ones to reach different of the things you saw flying from the sky. You might have to find other ones to reach different sections of the sky. Nothing about the underground. I know that's something that's been speculated about for a while. Actually, when he goes off this island too, there's something curious on the way down. It looked like a big shrine or something. And actually, when you saw the shrine, it looked like there was like another shrine really, really early in the trailer. There was like, I don't like those green, like wavy things around it. So I wonder what that is, if that's just sort of meant to visualize it a bit differently, a bit fresher, sort of signify there's a change, or if maybe that's a sign that you've completed it or have not completed it. And that's what I was talking about Purgatory 2, when he was sort of in between the mountain and the top of that. That can definitely be really useful too. Maybe not having to climb some of the steeper structures yet again. Wonder if we're, and I like too, enemies can use some of this stuff too. That maybe not always a given, but that's always good to see. She seems a little obvious at times like this, though. But yeah, this is, I think, when he falls down and you see that just big. It looked like a Sheikah shrine, but yeah, right there, top rightish of the thing. I'm sort of curious as to that. What's up with those circles too? Those like red circle things. So like a volcano? Is it like another shrine thing? I don't know. Does that almost look like Calamity around Hyrule Castle again too? It looked like there was a little more reconstruction going on, which sort of makes sense. I think they may have even said that before, that that's sort of the phase Hyrule's in now. But yeah, little rain there. I think that's all there really is to say about the game. That's once again, I don't know what that is either. I think that's the second one we've seen. I don't know. That's meant to be sort of crafting material, but also sort of represent rebuilding stuff and that. I don't know. But yeah, they're going to go off here and they're going to show the special edition Switch OLED. I'm not particularly in the market for a OLED Switch or another special edition or whatever, but I particularly thought the right Joy-Con looked cool. I still think it's weird. They did the same thing they did with Animal Crossing, though, and they're not selling it with the game. I was really confused when I first saw it because the date was like a week or two before the game. And then it just sort of all made sense when I saw that. I thought, was that like a pre-order date? Like, what's going on? But yeah, no delay either. I was half wondering if we were going to get that. But yeah, we finally saw the game. Playable demo would have been cool. It wasn't expected, but I know a lot of people got to play Breath of the Wild after that had its first big blowout. So there was some slight, once again, not expected at all, but a little slight hope. But yeah, I think that covers it all. I don't know how I think this is just about everything I said. I don't know how I talked through the whole thing and made it through the same points as I did when I was sort of simultaneously paying really close attention and listening and that. I think I had some more silent moments. I think I only had one in this whole thing, so. But anyway, yeah, that's enough. Oh yeah, this thing too, because I have a Splatoon special edition. And that, actually, I think part of it too is because I talked a little after. But I have a Splatoon special edition, and it came with the case, so I'm a little surprised to see the Tears of the Kingdom not come with the console or whatever, but whatever. I don't know if the Animal Crossing did too. I guess it's also a little mildly disappointing that you're sort of forced into the OLED too. I don't know. Like, if would have been cool if people can maybe spend a little less money and get, I don't know, a Switch Lite or a normal Switch, because I think the OLED's normally a little more expensive, but it is what it is.